Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth and today I am doing my next installment episode, what would you like to call it, of Was That Haul Worth It? Spoiler, no it wasn't. We are on to the year of our Lord 2021. And I'm going to split this into two parts because otherwise this video will be about 3 years long and ain't nobody got time for that. So we're going to do part 1 today and then I'll do part 2 next month maybe or something. We'll see. So let's get started. So I'm doing kind of January to June. And as I've said in these, in the other videos of this is me going into my emails, my receipts that I've kept online, those kind of things. This doesn't cover everything I purchased. It doesn't cover things that I bought in person. Maybe not even everything I bought online because I may have deleted an email by mistake, things like that. And what I'm doing here is letting you know what I bought, how much I spent, how many items I brought into my collection, and what I still have, what I used up, what got decluttered, what was a waste, etc, etc. I was inspired to do this by Hayley O, one of the Beauty News girls, and I'll have her linked down below. She used to be just by the makeup, I think, wasn't it? So yeah, she does kind of a Was That Haul Worth It? She kind of retrospects the previous year, etc. But I'm just going back over all my years, and this is helping me to realise how much I spent and just frighten the bejesus out of myself when I see the money that I have wasted on makeup. Anyway, and again, if this seems like a completely reasonable amount to you, that is 100% fine. We're talking about me here. We're talking about what I find financially unacceptable because I'm not very affluent. Space, I don't have a whole lot of it. You know what I mean? This is very personal to myself. So this might seem like a completely reasonable amount to you. And that is, oh, do not be thinking, oh God, if Ruth thinks that's a lot, what does she think about what I have? That's not what this is about. Not at all. If you're happy with your collection, that's all that matters. Once it's not hurting anyone, that's all that matters. So yeah, just as a caveat, is it? Is it a caveat? Who knows? So first up, I bought a little Marc Jacobs kit, and in it was the mini bronzer, which was the Fantastic, wasn't it? Is that what it was called? The major mascara, it was called, and at Lashed. There was 2 mascaras in it. I said I was so curious about the Fantastic Omega bronzer. It was fine, nothing special, very matte, and I prefer a satin to shimmer formula. And I'm so glad I didn't buy the full size. The mascaras were grand. If you don't know what grand means, yeah, they were grand, like, they were fine. If anyone in Ireland says that to you, something was grand. Yeah, it was grand. So I spent €35 on that kit. I decluttered the mini bronzer. I used up the 2 mascaras. Next up, oh yeah, the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in Baked. This was the jumbo size. I thought I loved it. It went so bad, it stank, and I had to declutter it. And I thought I loved it so much that I bought a mini, or the new size, which is the old mini, but like the price is nearly the same as the full size, which is just ridiculous. But I bought it because I'm a fool. Turns out I don't really like it. Oopsie daisies. So the big one I decluttered. I repurchased the smaller one, and that was recently decluttered to my niece because she loves making TikToks using things from Milk Makeup and Drunk Elephant and Supergoop and all that kind of stuff. So at least she's getting fun playing with it. Next up, I still have it, was the BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease palette. I said it's a very pretty palette. Lovely summer blushes and highlights, and it is very pretty. You can see it there. Why are you looking dusty, but you're not blown off? The blushes are quite matte, so I like to use these as toppers over it. But as you can see, it's not used very much. I'm hopefully putting it into my graveyard project pan coming up. I said pretty palette, lovely summer blushes and highlights. I said that already. I said still have it. €12.35. Next up is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. All-time favourite setting sprays. All-time favourite. And I keep repurchasing it. I have a new lad. All-time favourite setting spray. I definitely feel like it helps my makeup last longer. I've used it up and replaced it numerous times since. $27.95, so at least that got used up. Next up was the XX Revolution Cloud Highlighter in Haze. Can't remember who I saw recommended this, but I fell for it hook, line and sinker, as I always do. Who do I think? I think Andrea Mattiliano, maybe. Maybe that's who influenced me. Did I learn my lesson? No, I still got easily influenced. Anyway, this was a cream to powder formula, a bit chunky and a bit glittery. A cute peach toned highlighter. Tried it as an eyeshadow to see if I could get use out of it that way, but it creased too much. I said a younger person's product. Decluttered, €9.50. Be Perfect Manifest Dream Big Palette. This was €34. Loved the formula. Absolutely loved the formula. But I struggled with how scattered this was. I like the Blind Bunny Cosmetics Dollhouse palette that I have, Joe, that it's all uniform, all the colours in her. I love that. That sings to my soul. And I understand that's not for everyone. That's fine, but just what I like is when things are in rows and I can follow them very easily. When they're all over the place like that palette, I just get a little bit overwhelmed. What I do try to do is choose, well, what colour look do I want to do today? What do I want to be emphasised? So I might say, pretend the blue. So then I go to that and then I look through the palette to see what will go with it. And that's how I work through a palette like that. But it's not aesthetically pleasing to me. And I understand it's just how people's brains work. I know other people love it, you know, all that. And they can kind of go, oh, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, I said in the end, I have enough colourful palettes and I passed it on to a friend and they are enjoying it immensely, which brings me great joy. So I decluttered it and it was €34. Odin's Eye Skuld palette. Again, heavily influenced by the likes of Angelica Nyqvist. The palette was okay, I said, but again, very colourful and it's just not to my taste or style anymore. Formula was just average in my opinion. I'm not an Odin's Eye stan, guys. I'm just not. Hella palette, not doing it for me, guys. I'm so sorry. I know people love it and that, you know, I could be excommunicated from the community, but just not for me. Not for me. Decluttered, €16.90. ABH Jackie Aina palette. That palette lived rent-free in my brain for so long. I loved the packaging. I thought the colour story looked beautiful. Just the reviews of it, everything about it, loved it. Yeah, I said, love the packaging, love the colour story. I loved how much everyone else loved it. And that's so true. Like that was, I said all that without looking at my notes. Yeah, I loved how much everyone else loved it. And isn't that the case for a lot of us sometimes, that we're influenced by the fact that other people love it and we just want to be part of the cool gang, part of the gang that loves it? I don't know, maybe that's just me. I got it and quickly remembered I don't like super dark eyeshadows. And that is a super dark palette. Also, since then, I've tried better formulas. So I'm kind of over the ABH formula for me personally. But yeah, such an idiot. And look, I mean, about feckin' time that a mainstream brand made a palette that accommodated to darker skin tones primarily. I mean, Jesus, about feckin' time. But I should have known myself better, regardless of who it's meant for or what skin tones it suits best. Any palette that I have that is dark shades in it, I don't want it or use them or like them. So why did I think a palette full of dark shades? I think it was a fantasy self kind of palette that I thought I'd wear lovely smoky colourful looks. Yeah, didn't know. Next up, the Stila Iridescent Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow set. And I said, oh look, I bought another set. And guess what? These dried out as well. I'm an idiot. That's really what I wrote. I wrote this months ago, like. But so true, Ruth. You are a fucking idiot. Did I say how much the Jackie Aina palette was? It was half price. It was $36.55. So at least I didn't pay full whack for it. The Stila one, decluttered because they dried out, $7.50. They were on sale as well. Becca Cosmetics Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. that, sir. This is it here. It's my project pan at the moment, so I still own that one. So I finally opened this and using it this year, which I have. I used up a mini and loved it. I'm using it now and I'm like, oh, why did I love you again? What was it about it that I thought was so awesome? Because I really thought it was awesome. It's fine. $19.50 is what I paid for that. And then is that the, no, it's still going. Shein Thin Within palette. Shein, whatever you want to pronounce it. Very colourful and just average quality, kind of like a Revolution kind of palette. A lot of glitter in it. And I decluttered it, €7. BH Cosmetics, Smitten in Switzerland. I paid $6.25 for this. I said pretty colour story, but had the same shades in better quality in my Be Perfect Antidote palette. So when I was moving house, I kind of was like, okay, anything that I had duplicates of the shades in formulas I preferred or in a bigger palette or whatever it was, I had to make choices. If I hadn't been moving, I would have kept it, but it's decluttered. Colourpop Big Splash Eyeliner. I liked the colour and the formula at first. It was a fun summer shade, and it really was. I loved it on the bottle lash line. It just was a really cute little pop. But then, like so many of these, it dried out and broke off. Because I usually used it in my bottom waterline, it dried a lot, and I wasn't going risking that. So decluttered, €8. Colourpop Lippy Stick in Slacker. As you can see, I did a Colourpop order around this time. Oh, hello, we have a guest. Good day to you, sir. How may I assist you? We're just going to have a little itch. Oh, yeah, you have a good roll around there, sir. We done? Oh, that was quick. You the best boy? Who's a good boy? Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Colourpop Lippy Stick in Slacker, €8. Can't really remember what I thought. I think it was a dry formula and the shade wasn't quite right on my complexion. That I do remember. Just there was something off. Do you know when you put on a lipstick and you think, well, that should suit me, but it was just like, something not right here. Why does the house phone always ring when I'm on here? Hold please. You see if my mother gets to it. Anyway, I decluttered that. It was €8. There we go. Colourpop lip liner in Birthday Suit. A bit browner than I like on me. It eventually dried out so much it fell out of the component and fell on my carpet. Went in the bin. Decluttered, €9. Another ABH palette, the Carly Bible palette. $24.45, so again I got it on sale. I couldn't resist this when it went on sale. I did pan a shade in it, like hit pan, not fully pan. There were about 4 to 5 shades that I kind of liked, but not enough to keep it as I had the shades in other palettes that were better quality. So that got decluttered as well. $24.45, gone. By Beauty Bay, the Pastels palette, heavily influenced by Make Me Up Missa. She used to love using this for blending out deeper, colourful shades. So the pastel shades were great for just blending out, like if you did a rich purple, you'd the light purple to blend it out, a green, you'd the light green, etc. You get what I'm saying? But I never did those looks. So why did I buy the palette? Lord knows. I'm a fucking disaster, that's fine. €12, decluttered. Makeup Revolution, a super dry liquid blush in Flushing for You. Not at all dewy. Lies, complete lies, super dewy. Super, not even just dewy, super dewy. Liar. But I liked it. It was pigmented and easy to blend, and I used it up completely last year. Yay! $5.75. By Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. Remember now, we're still on the first half of 2021, guys. By Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. Great formula, both mattes and shimmers, but shimmers in particular. Love Beauty Bay shimmers. My problem with this was the colour story. There was too many blues and reds, and I'm not a blues and red person. And for the other shades, I prefer my Antidote palette for that again, the Be Perfect one. When I had to cut down my collection, I had to let it go. So decluttered, and it was €18. And the last one we're going to talk about now for this part of the year is the Nabla Skin Bronzing Bronzer in Ambra. I wanted to love this so bad because everyone and their mother loved it. I mean everyone. Jeez, I was feeling very, but alas and alack, I didn't. I got it. Alas and alack. All right, Ruth, calm down. You're not Shakespeare. Just didn't do what I needed it to do. If I'd had space to keep it, I might have done, but I didn't. So I didn't keep it. And it got decluttered. $23.95. So, yeah. I'm not going to tally my totals until I get to the end of 2021, and I'll go through my totals then with you and let you know. Yeah. But like the majority of that was decluttered. 2021, I think, has to have been my worst spending year for sure. I just lost the complete and utter run of myself. And even in the thick of that year, what are we now, 2024? Like, I had packages coming from friends in America that were just so kind and generous and would have really and truly been more than sufficient to make me not need more, you know, to have loads to play with and to indulge in and to, you know, have fun and test out and all that kind of stuff. But no, Ruth was on a real... She spent a lot of money that year on stuff she didn't need. As always says, yeah. But yeah, look at that's part 1 of 2021. I'm going to do part 2 shortly, and I will then give you the tally in total for the whole year of 2021 and to date from the start of this series, how much I've spent, how much I've decluttered, how much I've kept, used, etc. But that was it for today's video, guys. Let me know, what do you think? What was 2021 like for you? Do you recall? Was it a good, bad year? Look, we were mid-pandemic. You know what I mean? Things were shit. The world was shit, as if it's not even more shit now. But it was complete and utter shite back then. You know what I mean? And I was just mentally fried. So yeah, when I'm mentally fried, I spend. It's what I do. But what am I doing at the moment that is curtailing my spending is... voila! Look at my baby. Oh, she's so pretty. Yeah. I have started, that's my first tattoo that I've ever got, guys, and I'm very excited because I absolutely love it. I enjoyed the process. I'm as shocked as you are. I thought I'd be like, was it Phoebe or Rachel and Friends? And like, they got the tattoo. I was like, look, there it is, look, it's the earth from a distance. It was just a spotlight. I was like, that's going to be me. I'm just going to run out there bawling, crying with just like a dot on my shoulder. But no, I enjoyed it immensely. So now I'm saving for more, and that has really helped with my spending. I'll go more into it in my update for my no buy, but it just really has helped me curtail my spending. My impulse spending in particular. But yeah, my baby. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and it was in some way helpful for you to kind of see, look at, you're not the only one out there that's buying stuff maybe that you don't need, or that you lost the run yourself at some stage. Any of us in this community, I feel, have been there. You know what I mean? We've all kind of had that madness where we just bought all around us, everything and anything. Just, and like, the worst of this is, guys, most of that, the majority of that went to my credit card. So it wasn't money I'd saved. It wasn't money I had in my account. It was borrowed money, essentially. I might as well have done Klarna or whatever, you know, the afterpay kind of things. But there you go. That is it for this episode, series, whatever, installment. And hopefully it was helpful. And hopefully I'll chat to you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Slán.